Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where I will be discussing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 8. No, my usual co-host will not be with me today, but we will resume the week after next. We have a bye week because I'll be out of town, yes. But we're going to resume, like I said, shortly after next weekend. We'll have the first week of March. We'll be back. So listen. This episode was interesting. Yes, of course, my favorite movie. Well, I would say my second. Okay, it's a tie. Okay, before I get into my favorite movie, the whole purpose of me saying that is because this week is the rusical. Yes, we love the rusical. We just had the Snatch game last week. That was okay. You know, sometimes they got it, sometimes they don't. But we reviewed that last week, and go ahead and watch that episode 7 review from last week, okay? But this week it's the rusical, and it's called the Wicked Wiz of Oz. Ain't that nothing? So they got the Wizard of Oz original, then they got the Wiz tied in there, and now they got Wicked tied in there. That was pretty cute, okay? Mm-hmm. But like I was about to say, so my favorite movie growing up, okay, when I was a kid, it was The Wiz. I love that movie. I can watch it all day, every day. I love that movie. And as I got a little older, The Imitation of Life became my favorite movie. You know, as you age and gain a different perspective, you tend to like different things. So those two are my top tier 2 movies of all time. No, I've never seen The Wiz on Broadway or live. I wanted to see Candy and Todd's production, but life was life, and I just couldn't tear away from what I was doing to go see it when it was out here. If they do resume that, I will make it my business to see it. Or if I'm out of town and I'm in that area where they are, where that production is being played out, then I'm definitely gonna watch it because The Wiz. Oh, if you don't know, you got to go watch that movie, y'all. That movie was so good. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Rest in peace, Nipsey Russell. It's a few of the folks in there, rest in peace. I don't remember their names, but child, yes. Uh-huh. So, how this episode starts off, you know, the queens come in to the workroom trying to figure out what's going on, you know, shooting the ish. And you know, just a little side note, we're seeing a lot more PDA between Corey King, who I deemed would win, and I think I'm regretting it, child, because she been. That intro look was the best look Corey King had. I think that took me out when I first saw her. Anyway, back to the show. Corey King, a lot more PDA between Corey King and Butthole Collins, Lydia. And, you know, we're like, oh, Jules Sparkles kind of pointed it out. Everybody saw it, you know. They're, you know, just being a lot more cozy towards each other. And we kind of find out later in the episode that Corey wouldn't mind a relationship outside of Drag Race, you know. So we gonna see what's going on. I mean, you know, love is love. All right. So yeah. After all that stuff, here comes RuPaul. Now, somebody tell me why they couldn't fix RuPaul's pant leg. Why do we need to see the pant leg looking like that? Of all time, this is the one time I have seen RuPaul look slightly ajar. Like, what is going? Oh, why is his pant? I couldn't help but look. Why? Nobody see the pan leg looking like that. Pan leg was not was doing its own thing on. Why the pant leg got to do that, child? Anyway, so RuPaul is explaining how we're gonna do, like I said, the Wicked Wiz of Oz. I love that because the Oz of Oz has its original font, color, all of that, right? And the Wiz has its original font, color, all of that. And just like Wicked, I just thought it was just so genius for them to do that. And of course, they're all excited and can't wait, especially Sam Star. Of course, I mean, you see Jules and jumped up in the air, child. I mean, they are excited. I thought this picture was just too funny. So yeah, so we getting into the mix of things, right? They're trying to figure out what they're gonna do, what roles that they want to have, and a couple of them was fighting over roles, but everybody pretty much got what they wanted for the most part. And towards the end, we're all gonna see what happens as things work out, and then some things don't. But as with anything, there's always collateral damage. There's always little calamity before the progression. But anywho, so while they're all still just having a good old time, we are going to have some auditions. Not auditions, I shouldn't say auditions. Rehearsals from Michelle Visage, of course. She is one of the folks who always helps with the singing portion of the rusical or any singing portion that they must perform. Sometimes they'll have to do their own, what do you call it? Their own one-woman show, one queen show that may last a minute or two, just to give us a little something of who they are, what they got. I mean, sometimes I think it's fair. I mean, sometimes I don't think it's fair that all of them have to participate when not everybody has a voice. But is that a requirement for a queen? I don't know. Maybe it is. So maybe that's why they do it. But Michelle Visage was helping out with that. And then we got, I think his name is Justin. Of course, he comes in every year, long as I've been watching, last 3 years, to help produce, direct, choreograph, or is it just choreograph? I think he does a whole lot more than choreograph, but most likely choreographing, helping them with the moves and everything. He was doing that with everybody. He was having a little time with Anya Nerve, which is surprising, right? Because Anya has been killing it every week. I mean, even though she stole, because she didn't ask for it, and it was already within someone's possession. So that's stealing. Anyway, that was about 3-4 weeks ago. So even though Anya Nerve has been on top almost every week, I mean, if she's not being praised for her outfit, I mean, she at this point, she cannot do no wrong, especially in Snatch Game. Snatch Game will separate the winners from the losers. And we see what happened on the Snatch Game, just saying. Anywho, it was a little surprising to see Anya Nerve with a little difficulty grasping the choreography, but she got it down pat, okay? As she always comes through in the clutch. She always comes through when it's time. And Jules Sparkles was having a little issue trying to, get the choreography, the attitude, because, you can't just do the moves and expect the rest of your body not to act in a specific type of way, specifically when they're doing certain numbers that require them to mimic the originals. You know, you can put your own flair into it. However, you'll still need to give it what it needs to be got. Now, we're going to move on to the rusical itself. But before we do, of course, we have to look at the judges. Here's Michelle Visage, looking oh so pretty. Ooh, her earrings. Mm-hmm. I like that color pink. Mm-hmm. And oh, Jamal, what I call him? Richard Sims? Child, what I call him? What I call him? Jason? Anyway, Jamal Sims, yes. And then we have, oops, before we get to RuPaul, we have Adam Lambert, his beautiful voice, yes. And of course, Runway, Cover Girl. Yes, and to show you a little bit of the bottom. You know, sometimes you can't get the whole thing at once. So we got to give it in pieces. But RuPaul, I like this. I like this a lot. She's been rocking that white hair. And of course, she is very complimentary to the wetter is better theme in the back, if you know what I'm saying. All right, now, go ahead, Ru. Looking pretty. So yeah, y'all. So here we are. This is a few photos from the rusical, which was called The Wicked Wiz of Oz. Now, why it says auditions today, and why I made that blunder earlier, is because it's a play on of the queens trying out for the Wicked Wiz of Oz. So that's why you'll see, and if you haven't seen the episode already, you can understand. There are certain scenes where they're auditioning and just having a good old time with the actual rusical itself. So first off, we see them all just, you know, they always have that conglomerate of the queens yelling and screaming, carrying on and dancing. Child, they all mixed in there pretty much. Ain't no need pointing them out, but we're going to get to a few of them individually, right? So here is the first scene per se where they start to have their individual types of, I guess, solos. And this is Susie too. She was one of the Wicked Witches. I forget. I know she was a witch because she had the green and the hat, the witch hat and everything. And she gave a great performance. You know, she's a theater kid. So what do you expect, child? You can see her on a broom. And then we have, it was actually, a lot of them were, of course, they back each other up when they're doing their solo for the most part. You see Dorothy in the back, but this solo was pretty much Jules Sparkles flaunting her big butt and, you know, advertising herself to be on the show versus, you know, anything else. More so, you know, giving us little casting couch tease, if you ask me. Real funny. And this right here is Cher auditioning, but for the most part, it's a Sam Star, y'all. I know you can't figure out who that is, right? That was Sam Star. Did a great impression of Cher auditioning. And I'm like, how did Cher get in the Wicked? I haven't seen the movie Wicked. I plan to see it, but I know for a fact Cher was nowhere near the Wiz or the Wizard of Oz. I don't even think she was an extra child. I mean, was she? Oh, I think she was on a reservation, if I'm not mistaken. Anywho, Sam Star did a great job. Now, this right here, this was the three folks on the right, the Cowardly Lion, played by Lexi Love. Ooh, was it the middle Arietti? Child. I think that was Arietti in the middle as the Scarecrow. I think so. And on the left was Lana Jarre as a Tin Man. And child, I don't like Lana Jarre's outfit. One that little sip of something. Hold on, my throat. Hold on. Now, there's they did a little number, but I'm just gonna move on, child. I don't want to get nobody. I want to praise people instead of always tearing them down. Well, not really tearing them down, but you always want to give critique. And sometimes critiques can be misconstrued or considered negative, but I really want to try and lift folks up a little bit more so than just, like, oh, because, I could never, well, I wouldn't say I could never. I can hold a few notes, I can do a soprano, I can do an alto, and I can do a tenor. So, I got a couple of notes. I can get away with a little bit, but yeah. They did all right. But I really like Lexi Love. Now, this right here. Lydia B. Collins and her partner in crime and in real life, IRL, Corey King, playing. Guess what characters they played, y'all? Just take a wild guess. The Flying Monkeys, child. The Flying Monkeys. While they were trying to figure out which characters they wanted to play, Corey King and who was the other queen? They were battling against which character they wanted to play. And Corey King settled, gave the character she really wanted away. Well, she didn't fight for it to the death. And I understand it's a rusical, but we have to keep things into perspective. Should no Black person be playing a monkey on anything? I don't give a doggone. I don't care that it is fictional. I don't care that it is a drag show. I don't care if it's a cartoon. Should no Pan-African person play a monkey on any doggone thing? And the fact that Lydia B. Collins did a better job at it than Corey King only makes it worse. Of course, no one made any comments of the racial nature, but I'm making a comment of the racial nature. Should no Black person, African American, Pan-African, whatever you want to call them, play a monkey on anything? Get somebody else to do it. And that should have been the deciding factor for Corey King to say, well, excuse me, but I'm not playing no monkey on nothing. And that would have been that. I believe. Yeah, this was just all wrong. And didn't even do it justice. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Moving on. Anya Nerve doing her thing. Now, her character was Harlem. Oh, what was it called? Something Harlem something. So it had, of course, she wore an afro. So it had like a Harlem Dorothy feel to it. You know how, if you've seen The Wiz, and of course The Wizard of Oz, I'm not sure about Wicked because I haven't seen Wicked. And both of those plays, The Wiz and, well, the show, movie, The Wiz and The Wizard of Oz, there was the beginning to where Dorothy, who kept her name throughout the movies, but before the storm hit, she was, in the regular world. And because of the Wiz, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were, if they were in New York, I could see Harlem being why Harlem was chose for this rusical. I don't remember if they were in Detroit with the snowstorm. I just can't remember what city and state the Wiz took place in at the beginning of its start. But anywho, Anya Nerve did a great job. She looked great and did great. She had a great voice. And towards the audition part of the rusical, right? That's when Dorothy was last, almost forgotten. And so she gave a great number. And then at the end, all of the queens came through and, of course, backed her up and, did a great job singing and everything. It wasn't a whole big production like the previous year where Plasma was that main character. And in that rusical, Plasma danced, sang, did a whole lot. But in this particular rusical, Dorothy kind of just stood around and didn't do a whole lot of dancing and just, had that singing part. It was cute. And then in the final part of the rusical, of course, the Rockette style of dance and showmanship was done by all of the queens looking fabulous in their green. Yes, because of course the original Wizard of Oz had that green. Even the Wiz had that green, and Wicked. So green was definitely influential in all of the three shows regarding the Wiz, the Wizard, and Wicked of Oz. Better known as the Wicked Wiz of Oz. That was just so cute. So now we got a runway. And they're going to showcase, I forgot the name of that thing. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Yes. So it's called Parasol's Shady Ladies is the runway. And here we are. Here we go. Susie Toot looking pretty, looking cute. Parasols, those are the so-called umbrellas that the ladies use to hide them from the sun, keep their makeup from dripping, of course. They gotta look pretty and pale and matted and beat to the gods. Yes. She looked really cute. Unfortunately, couldn't get her shoes, but it's because sometimes those nasty little what do you call those? Advertisements come up, but that's just really pretty. Really pretty. There I go. Yeah, Susie. Not bad at all. And next we got Jules Sparkles. She wanted to make sure that we knew that the details of her parasol also matched with her dress and her everything that she has, where it's, bedazzled. You can see the sparkle in her dress and in her parasol. She always does that. She gives great runway. I haven't seen her give a bad runway yet. She's a contender, especially from Snatch Game. She wowed everybody. She and Anya Nerve were the top two of Snatch Game, of the Snatch Game, and they did very good. Ariete, never a bad runway. Oh, we love a good veil. I know I love a good velvet, child. We're pretty and wine colored. Yes, very detailed and nice. Look at that. Here's a little more detail. Very dark, but at the same time, it's very, very luxurious and warm, child, because it'd be cold outside, Lexi Love. She wore her parasol on her head. Yes, and she had a little cane that she threw out. Yes, and with her gold chichis, as she called it. Yes, looking very nice, very different. There go that very word again, child. Get rid of that word for 2025. Think of something else to say. Sam Star was my favorite so far of the evening. Look at that. So pretty, a little up close. She wore her famous hairdo, but of course the parasol. Now, of course, we always want everything to have. She did her monochrome thing with this. I mean, I want to look at this one more time. Look at that, beautiful. And if you don't know, now you know. The lining has to also be fixated with whatever pattern. If you have an unfixated lining, ooh, child, you getting ready for feel. I've learned that watching Drag Race. Yes. So it's not just about the outside, but the inside too. Mm-hmm. Lydia B. Collins, another one who gave a great runway. Yes, Lydia. Yes, this is so nice. It was sheer, so you saw buttocks. I'm not going to show that though. But yeah, her and Lexi Love can show all the skin, child, like they usually do. Now, next week, Corey King, child. This is given Dorothy. She didn't know that she was bringing a Dorothy outfit and they were going to do something regarding Dorothy. Ain't that nothing? So it kind of worked out, kind of worked out. I wasn't too thrilled about this, but it's still kind of cute. The colors are great. They match my school colors. Anya Nerd giving us a little naughty. That's cute, a little different. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Her parasol was barely on, child, but she looked great doing it. They gave her rave reviews, of course. And Acacia forgot, child, why she have on multiple wigs? Yes. She put something in the middle and then another wig on top. See, look. Look at it. I like her outfit. It gave saloon. Mm-hmm. Look at that. See, listen, that's what drag is all about. The more extraordinary, the better. The bigger, the better. The fluffier, the better. Just, exaggeration is key when you're doing drag. Lana's your right. Now she gave that snarl because she's doing Black Widow, baby. Yes. And she said this wig was the same wig that her mother, who is Luxor London, she wore when I think she won a challenge, but nevertheless, this is Lux's wig. And she thought she could wear it for good luck. But child, she did all right. Mm-hmm. If that was mink at the bottom and some mink like on her wrist and her neck, it just would have set it off for me, child. That I just love me a good mink. Ooh, a black mink. Yes. Ooh, yes. So that was the end of the runway challenge. Who y'all think won? I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. Who y'all think won? I'm gonna tell you who won. Sam Star. Yes. My favorite throughout this runway challenge. I mean, did the doggone thing. I mean, her signature hair, just there was no denying. Of course, there was a couple, folks that could have given her a run for her money, but for the most part, this was just darling. It was eye-catching. Everything about it was on point. I mean, it was nothing bad to say about it was nothing bad to say about this at all. But we did have a couple of people on the bottom, which was Corey King and Acacia Forgot. They ended up doing a song by our very own Adam Lambert called Wet Dream. Boy, that boy can sing. I never forget when he came out real big and bold with his sexuality or, was it that? Sensuality, more so because he's very Here I go with that damn very word again. I just said it a minute ago, I wasn't gonna use it. He puts it on for the crowd. You know, it's in his music. It exudes out of his pores, just in his stance when he speaks. He's kind of like, I hope this ain't offensive, but like the gay Marvin Gaye. No, well, in today's times, well, that was my time, y'all. But in today's times, he will be the gay Usher. You know how Usher, like everything about Usher is just sexy. It is. I mean, when he's speaking, when he dancing, when he's singing, you know, all that. So that's how that translates with Adam Lambert, but just on a gay tip, right? And it's a very good song. I really liked it. I never heard it before, but yeah, it's a very good. Here go that very again, child. I hit my hand every time I say very. So at the end of this challenge, we had to say goodbye to Acacia for God. Bye, girl. We'll see you later, girl. It was fun while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? We have fun, you know. I'm so glad we had this time together. So, yes, that was it, y'all, for Drag Race Season 17, Episode 8. Did you watch it? If not, please do. It's on MTV. I watch it through, Hulu. And I think Paramount may play it too. I see a lot of Paramount coming through on the screen. Is MTV and Paramount paired together? Anyway, you know how the folks be coming together on channels. So, anywho, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. And next time when we do Drag Race, my homegirl Erin will be back with us. But unfortunately, she couldn't make it with us this week. So, with that being said, please also, you can catch her when she's not drag racing, talking with me, or doing Southern Charm. And actually, don't forget to watch Southern Charm. We just put that out the other day. She is on Alexander Rogers' channel, where they comment on the Golden Globes and the what do you call it? Their fashion reviews for the different award shows. I just did the BAFTA, also Golden Globes, but that's Alexander Rogers' YouTube channel. That's where you can find them on. And also she does psychic readings, so you can catch her on Instagram at psychic_ELB. That's at PSYCHIC_ELB. And thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you, y'all. Don't forget to come back. We got some more reviews coming up for next week. Enjoy your day, and I will too. And with that all being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch you next time. Bye. All day.